Well, this is the spot where the young Princess Elizabeth became Queen back in 1952. At the time, there was a huge tree standing here with rooms at the top of it in a tree house. It was a private place for her to come and take in the wildlife at this watering hole. You can see there's a new hotel that's now been built on the other side there. They famously said that this is the place that she walked up the steps into the tree as a princess and walked down as Queen. But she didn't know while she was here that her father had died. It was only when the royal party got back to what was then a royal residence further down the road that the message came through. Her husband broke the news to her and they headed back to Britain.
The Queen's visit in 1997 was part of Pakistan's celebrations of the 50th anniversary of independence, and one of the places she visited was the Grand Faisal Mosque here in Islamabad, just behind me. In keeping with Islamic traditions, she wore a headscarf and took her shoes off, and many remember pictures of her walking around the mosque with a pair of blue socks, and I'm told these are the ones you get on a British Airways flight. Those who accompanied her on the visit also remember the Queen as someone who struck up conversation with people, made them feel at ease, and was really interested in their stories. One official told me that she's a monarch with a human touch.
Here in Jamaica, back in 2011, the Prime Minister, Portia Simpson-Miller, shortly after she was re-elected, said that she wanted to make sure that the Queen was replaced as the head of state. It's something which opened a debate that's still going.
I think she's a really outstanding leader. You know, she's really disciplined and regal. I don't know who could ever take her place. She's awesome.
I don't have any problem with how the Queen runs her monarchy. I'm talking about our establishment of being truly independent.
Well, nearly 5 years have passed and very little has changed. Elizabeth II is still the Queen of Jamaica, but with the ruling party and the opposition both in agreement that they want things to change, many people here are aware that the monarchy, especially in Jamaica, may well be a thing of the past.
The Sydney Opera House wasn't built the first time the Queen came to Australia. She's been here more than a dozen times, visiting every state and territory. As she reaches her milestone, she remains popular with many Australians.
Well, I actually think she's fantastic, and she's a great public servant, and she's been to Australia, and the Australians took her on with open arms. We love her here.
There are those who want to replace the Queen with a homegrown head of state. A referendum on a republic was rejected in 1999, and constitutional reform here in sunny Australia seems years away. Phil Mercer, BBC News at Bondi Beach.